Welcome back to another episode of Bowie State Sports Talk. I am your host, Jalen Sims, and we got a special episode today. We got a player who averaged the most points in the CIAA this season, 4-time CIAA Player of the Week this season, and most importantly, missed 1K and counting career points. Anii Harris, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good myself. I was going to ask, kind of make sure you're speaking to the mic, because I will get a text saying that the volume pretty low from my viewer, mainly my dad, but shout out to him. So before we get to the real questions, I'm gonna start with two quick questions. At the end of my interviews, I typically ask the guests who they want to see on Bowie State Sports Talk, but it got to be someone they can reach out to. And your coach said you. Did she reach out to you?
No, she didn't reach out to me. I just saw the post.
Oh my. Okay, so please, when I ask you a question at the end, at least you came on without her help, but when you name a guest at the end for that question, can you reach out to them and help me out as well?
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I feel like she didn't do it. I didn't be the softball head coach. He didn't do it. None of my other guests ever did it. And they be setting me up. So this helped me out at the end. And also, I normally interview DMs. I normally DM coaches and athletes after games to talk to them about their performance and how they feel and what happened in the game. But you mind if I do that to you after the game? DM you hey, in the third quarter, da. Would that be cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, because I'm not going to lie. I don't know how, but I say I do it, but then I don't. Because it's I don't want to be annoying, which is weird. If I was doing an internship or an actual career, I would do it. I'll be annoying.
Right.
But it's doing it for my own show. I don't want to be annoying, so I don't really do it. So even though you said that's fine, softball head coach said his players love it, and some of the players said they love it as well, I still kind of hesitate to do it. But hopefully next season, I just say forget it and just start DMing y'all 24/7 almost. Not 24/7, pretty much after every game to ask y'all post game questions and whatnot. But I appreciate those answers. So let's start off with high school, which I couldn't really find your stats, but I did see some interesting stats in awards. Y'all went 26-0 your junior year, and no, y'all went 26-0 your senior. It was senior season, right?
Yeah.
26-0 your senior season. You was named All-State second team, All-Decade second team, All-County first team, and in 2018. Y'all went 21-4 and lost in the playoffs. How did that loss impact y'all and made y'all go undefeated the very next season?
I think we took it kind of personal because we were at Howard County School, and the stereotype with Howard County kids is that we're soft. And as soon as we play a team from Baltimore or a different location, we wouldn't be ready. So we made it a point to show everyone that we are ready, regardless of who we play.
So did you feel like that statement was true? Did you feel like in that game y'all wasn't ready, y'all was soft, and that's why y'all lost? Or do you think it was a different reason why y'all lost?
I think that as a whole, it was definitely a different experience for a lot of the girls on the team. We played at Western. I don't know if you've ever been to Western, but it's like you're playing in a college basketball, like a CIAA game, and it's a rival type. Bam was playing, cheerleaders on the floor, everybody screaming, yelling, and us coming from Howard County, it was definitely a new experience.
A CIAA, just a regular CIAA game, regular season, or CIAA playoff game? Which one?
CIAA, if we went to Lincoln.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so crazy.
Yeah.
I did find an article saying, it said, quote, Harris, who averaged 15.1 points per game through 17 games, is headed to Salem State next year. What's that about? Why was you headed there, and how did you find your way to Bowie State instead?
Yeah, I'll put that one on my dad. I committed way too early, unfortunately. I had a really big jump from my junior year to senior year, talent-wise. I spent that whole summer training. But, AAU is over after your junior year. So that was the only offer I had at the time. And my dad just wanted to commit. Didn't agree with that, but I'm going to follow my dad regardless. When I went to Salem, I had a few situations. It just wasn't really a good environment for me. So my dad ended up taking me out of there, and I was at Bowie my spring semester of my freshman year.
Did you play basketball at Salem? If so, what was your stats? Was you like I'm pretty sure, was you like the number one option? Would you come off the bench? Did you play at all for towards the fall semester? Because basketball typically started November. So did you play at all there?
It was the COVID year.
Oh,
so
dang.
Nobody really played.
That is true.
I don't even know if they had a game. All we did was work out, and honestly, while I was there, I wouldn't have been the go-to guy.
So you said y'all worked out. Which one do you think is harder? The workouts here with Coach Swan and y'all athletic director, or the workouts at Salem State? No need to laugh, but also don't pick the wrong answer, because Coach Swan might see it and say, "Oh, she think theirs harder." Still don't lie.
Here's what I will say: we were in the pits of West Virginia. We had nothing to do but work out. So I'm talking, we running around the neighborhood, around the Dollar Tree. I mean, I would say that their workouts were harder, but we also weren't preparing for a season. So they could really do whatever. They weren't trying to preserve our body or anything.
Well, you did come to Bowie State, but COVID was still here. So you didn't even get to play ball your actual freshman year. During lockdown, and when lockdown ended, Coach Swan said some players fell out of love with basketball when they saw what was life like without basketball during COVID times. What did you do to stay in love with basketball during those times? I know you say you worked out with Salem, not Mr. Salem, but Salem State. What else did you do to stay in love with basketball?
Well, before I went to Salem, we had kind of the rest of my school year off of my senior year, where I was just sitting in the house, and I worked out every day. I don't think there was a day that I didn't work out, because I had nothing else to do. My mom was very strict on the COVID protocol, so there was no going out. I was working out every single day, and it helped me make a really big jump.
I was kind of the same. I wasn't working out. I was trying to work out, but as soon as school got canceled for 2 weeks, I tried to go to the gym. I heard the news. My mom was like, "No, you ain't going there." So I was stuck in the house. But I was just at work all day, so that kind of sucks. But what's the transition like, just on the practice side of things, going from high school to college? We already talked about it, the cardio. Was that more harder? The physicality in practice, the work in the weight room, more film study. What was that transition like, going from high school to college?
The transition was rough. I know for me personally, the biggest difference was the physicality. Going from playing in Howard County to playing against all girls just as fast as me, just as aggressive as me, it was rough. In high school, I lifted on my own. I lifted with my dad. Here you have an actual strength coach. Luckily I was lifting with my dad, but I know if I wasn't, I'd struggle. Practices, you're going hard every practice. It's not no skilled practice. No, you're going hard every practice. You're going to get some bumps and bruises after every practice. So I say that was the biggest difference. Aggression.
Your freshman year here, you came off the bench after starting in high school. Did that hurt you at all? Or it didn't faze you? Coming off the bench after being a starter in high school, you came off the bench your freshman year of college. Did that mentally hurt you at all, or it didn't faze you?
It hurt. I would say it hurt. It was it hurt a lot, because I really did work to try to earn a starting spot. I think I played a lot for a freshman.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of freshmen that don't play at all, but I just hate not being good enough or feeling like I'm not good enough.
Yeah, you kind of did play a lot, because I know you took the second most shots on the team. I don't remember where your minutes was, but you did take the second most shots on the team. You was the number 2 option come off the bench, which is pretty crazy. So you did play a lot. But did coming off the bench motivate you to work harder in the summer? Did that motivate you to work harder than you normally do, so you can be the number 1 option at the very next year?
Yeah, I was gonna make sure that it was like undeniable that I was going to start.
So speaking of that, like I heard from your coach side of things. I also want to hear from you. What did you do during that off season to become the number one option that you've been ever since your sophomore year?
After my freshman year,
Yeah.
what did I do?
Yeah.
So my schedule during the summer has pretty much been the same. It's either I would work out before work,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd have work. I work at a summer camp, so I work out during work, and then I work out after work.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played in a lot of summer leagues that summer. I think I was in like 3 leagues or something. And I was playing basketball games every weekend, all weekend. I'm even asking people if they need bodies so I can just get extra run in. And that honestly built my confidence to all-time high. Like, I'm not even thinking when I'm shooting. I'm just letting it go.
Mm. So talk to me about those summer league games, because that, you know, I don't really watch them, but I know like they're pretty big, like worldwide. Like with DeMar DeRozan, I think he got a summer league. He took he invited LeBron James on. That was big. But talk to me about your experience in the summer league games. Like, was you like the number one option? Was you like a backup player? Was you scoring? Was you more so passing? What was that experience like?
Summer league is honestly my favorite type of basketball because nobody cares. It's not you're not running a play, you're not running a defense, there's no certain goal. Really, I use summer league to work on stuff. So like if I have training the day before, the moves that I learned in training, I'm gonna use in summer league.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you said like nobody's trying and whatnot. Do you think that affects it? Because like nobody's running any plays or whatever. I feel like people be in there ball hogging more than passing. So do you agree with that? Like you said, there's nobody really trying. No plays are being ran. So I feel like people trying to be in there and be the superstar, be like LeBron James. Or be Kevin Durant rather than LeBron James and pass the ball.
Right. I was honestly lucky to be in summer league with ex-pro players or pro players at the time that could teach me. And they want to win, so if they know ball hogging isn't going to let them win, then they're not going to do that. I know my job was to get the ball and go. And when I'm playing with older, more talented people, my job is to go. But when I played in the BWI league, I was probably guilty of a little bit of ball hogging myself. Yeah.
But your sophomore year, you did become the number one option. Do you remember the first time like a different defense was thrown at you? Like your defense thrown at you as a 6-man versus a number one option is like completely different. Remember the first time a different defense was thrown at you as the primary like ball handler?
Yeah, I don't remember which game it was, but I started getting trapped off of screens, and it was different. I had to adjust to that, and then my freshman year I couldn't shoot, or I wouldn't shoot, and then my sophomore year I was letting it go.
Yeah, I saw.
So they went from guarding me at the free throw line to face guarding me, and that's still an adjustment I'm dealing with, cause so it's hard to try to. You're working so hard to get open. By the time you get it, you're tired.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm still working on right now.
Okay. What else did you see that season that you didn't see your freshman season? Whether it's something offensively or something like defensively, what else did you see that season that you didn't see your freshman season?
Confidence. I think confidence was the main difference between the 2 seasons. I did not take a lot of smart shots my freshman year. I think I got smarter my sophomore year, but I still took stupid shots my sophomore year. But in my head, as crazy as it sounds, I did not care. Yeah.
Why not?
I think the moment you like overthink your shots, or like this is a bad shot, or worried about somebody yelling at you, you're gonna end up messing up more. So, I mean, luckily I learned from those bad shots looking at film with my coaches. But like in the moment, I'm gonna try to let it go.
in your junior season this season, you scored your career high 31 points, and it could have been more, but you fouled out in the fourth quarter. I know that came in like a losing effort, but like what was clicking for you that game? Because 31 points, you shot aggressive from the field. What was clicking for you that game?
I honestly don't know. I just happened to be hitting shots. I really, really, really didn't want to lose that game because the other team was talking crazy. So I may have taken it a little bit personal.
Speaking of talking crazy, what was like? What would you say was the craziest experience that you had from like another team talking crazy to y'all? Whether it's like in post game, during the game, after the game, what was like the craziest talking experience from another team?
Honestly, I get it bad from all teams. Lincoln's pretty bad. Fayetteville was horrible. Probably Union. Union's pretty bad too.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say anyone was the worst though. Everyone talks crazy.
I thought you were gonna say I think Johnson C. Smith, because there's like another Harris on Johnson C. Smith, who's also like the leading person for her team. And I remember like during the season, y'all played each other. She took like three or two charges against y'all like early in the game. And like I heard her talk, like I didn't hear her, like I think I saw her talking smack, but that's what I thought you was gonna say. But in that 31-point game, how many points you think you would have scored if you didn't foul out? Because you did like 2 quick fouls in the fourth quarter with like 4 or 5 minutes left to go.
Yeah.
So you fouled out. How many points you think you would have scored if you didn't foul out? Could we get like a 40 piece? You think?
Probably not.
Okay. What about this your senior season? You think we can get a 40 piece?
If it comes with a dub, yeah, sure.
Okay, I respect that answer. In my opinion, one of the reasons I tried to struggle this season was because of the second quarter. What was causing y'all to like have a terrible second quarter like almost every game? Because like I saw that a lot during the season. The second quarter was y'all worst enemy.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what it was about the second quarter. I know we always started off slow. And then once we start off slow, we get in our heads, and then by the time the second quarter comes, mentally we were out of it.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all have like any way to prevent that this upcoming season? Like y'all gonna do anything during the offseason to prevent that from happening? Continue to happen next season?
Well, this is a completely different team, so I don't know honestly what's to come with the next team coming up or where their mental is.
Mm-hmm.
But I know during this postseason we're gonna work on being mentally tougher.
You said this is a completely different team. What do you mean by that? Like, are players leaving? I know Jayla Irvin, she's a senior this season. I don't know if she got another year eligibility, but is this her final season? I know you have a graduate on the team. So when you say a completely different team, what do you mean? Are y'all losing like more players than expected and bringing in new faces? Like, what do you mean by this is a completely different team?
We're losing 4 out of 5 starters. Yeah. And you know, Coach Swan doesn't go too deep into her bench.
Mm-hmm.
So it's me coming back, Mia coming back, Kayla coming back. We lost another guard. And Beulah.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else is either sat out last year or is coming back from an injury. So it's completely different. But I'm okay with that.
So yeah, y'all losing. Okay, so I should know these players. So y'all losing Jayla Irvin. Y'all losing what's that center name? Don't tell me. I'm gonna get it. What's that center name? Sanaa Jackson.
Yeah.
And yeah, the other two, like those are big pieces. Like Sanaa, she led the team in blocks. She was down there in the paint all the time. Jayla Irvin was like y'all number one shooter. You know, she kind of struggled. So yeah, those are some key pieces. That's gonna be a crazy off season. February 7th, 2024, you reached 1,000 career points. Mm-hmm. What was the lead up to that game like? Starting from off the court, talking to your family about it. What family members are you bringing? Was you like nervous before the game started? What was the lead up to that game like?
It's actually a crazy story.
I'm here for it.
First we were supposed to play V State. Well, I think the weekend before I was at my house, and I was like, did y'all know I was 10 away from 1,000? And they're like, wow, really? And I was like, oh, nobody knows but me? That's fine. No, I think it's better if nobody knows. And then the game was coming up. I'm still not thinking nobody knows.
Mm-hmm.
But then half the team gets COVID. The day of the game. We show up for the game feeling like trash. And then we all have to get tested. Half of us have COVID, including myself. Me and my best friend, Jayla's my best friend, had COVID. So I'm pissed. Because I know today was going to be that day. And then my coach was like, did you know what was happening today? I was like, yeah, it was going to be my 1,000. It was like, she was like, yeah, we had a whole thing set up. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I was heated. I went home with Jayla. We sat, we ate pizza. I was upset. But then we had a week off. I couldn't do anything because I also have asthma, so I couldn't even play with it.
Mm-hmm.
Took an entire week off, sitting. Came back. The game's coming up. I'm extremely nervous. I'm in my head crazy. Because I haven't played a game in over a week.
Mm-hmm.
Out of shape. I'm tired. I'm still coming back from COVID. I'm nervous. I'm not thinking straight. The day of the game was one of my worst games. But luckily I got it.
Yeah, so I think you took like 7 threes that game. Like you were trying to score that 10 points quickly, get it out the way. How nervous? Like, okay, well, you kind of like how like explain how nervous were you doing that game? Was you nervous because of the cardio only, or were you nervous because you had family there? You didn't want to let them down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where was that nervousness coming from? Like, why were you so nervous?
I think I was nervous because everyone knew, and I didn't want to let anybody down.
Okay.
I had my entire family sitting right in the middle of the bleachers. Yeah, it was a super frustrating game.
Would you say that's the best moment of your athletic career so far?
Is that the best moment? No, because we lost.
Okay, so what would you say is your best athletic moment of your career? Well, I'm mainly Bowie State because I don't really know your career in high school and AAU.
Mm-hmm.
But what's your best athletic moment, college athletic moment here at Bowie State?
Probably beating Shaw this year. I think I don't know the stats. I think me, Rob, and Jayla all had 20 pieces, and the year prior, Shaw danced on our Bulldog, and we got into it with them. So it was a very personal game. Yeah.
Good answer. If you were the number one option your freshman year, where do you see yourself sitting at points wise? Right now you got 1,101 points. Do you think you would where do you see yourself sitting at in terms of career points if you was like number one option your freshman year?
If I was to go to my freshman year, I have no clue.
No clue. Okay. I understand. I understand the answer. But I'll tell you about the positive of your careers. Now it's time to get to the low. Don't be mad at me, but your performances in the playoffs have been kind of like terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Your freshman year, I give you a pass. You was like 1 for 11 from the field against. I forgot who was against, but that was your freshman year. I give you the pass. 1 for 9 actually. Maybe the spotlight was too bright, but your sophomore year and this year you also struggled. So what is it about the playoffs games that caused you to struggle in them? Is it the pressure, or teams throwing different defenses that you're not adjusted to? Like, what is it about the playoffs that you kind of underperforming?
I think last year it was all mental. I think I psyched myself out before I even got on the court. I was in my head already. This year actually wasn't in my head until the ref. refs. I have an enemy that was reffing that game, and I should be good enough to let it go, but I couldn't. She was calling some stuff that just didn't make sense to me. I tried my best to continue to play, but it's hard when you feel like no matter what you do, there's nothing you can do to help win this game.
You said you psyched yourself out your sophomore year. What do you before the game started? What do you mean by that? Like how do you psych yourself out before the game even started? What happened?
I was just more. I'm not gonna say I was scared.
It's okay. This is a safe space.
I will not say I was scared, but I was nervous. I was focused on the crowd and the lights. I was like, I could barely see the basket. It was different. It was definitely different than my year before because I barely played.
You barely played your freshman year in the playoff game, or like in general?
Well, I didn't play as much.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Okay. How has the game of basketball evolved over the years? Like, what changes have you seen during your career? Like, for example, back then it used to be two bigs on the block. Nowadays, bigs are able to shoot with teams of 1 and 5 and out. So how have the game of basketball evolved over your career? Like, start back from when you played. How young were you when you started basketball?
I started when I was 7 or 8.
So yeah, how have you seen the game of basketball evolve over your years of growing up and playing basketball?
I think when I was younger, everybody's playing basketball. It's pass, shoot, run the play, do exactly what you're told. Now it's kind of like you get the freedom to hoop. There's a big difference between playing basketball and hooping. I think everyone is you're seeing more hooping than you are seeing
basketball.
People playing basketball. Yeah.
Do you like it like that, or you think that's bad? Because I personally think you should see more hooping. I mean, you should see more basketball than hooping. I think that's why the San Antonio Spurs won all them championships, because they was playing basketball. Golden State Warriors, there's like a super team. They're just playing basketball, a good ball movement, rather than just hooping. So do you think playing basketball is better than hooping, or hooping is better than basketball, or hooping is better than playing basketball?
I think there's pros and cons of both.
Listen.
I think in basketball, when you're playing basketball, the execution is way better and you might be more efficient, possibly, but you're creating robots. Especially at a young age, you're creating basketball players that will not be creative enough to create their own shot. And then hooping wise, you get people that don't understand their limits and make bad decisions, but it's hard to guard. You could scout basketball, you could scout a play, you could scout a player, but you never know what she's coming with that day.
Yeah,
so it depends.
You said you players be making bad decisions and bad shot selections. I feel like I saw that a lot from y'all this year as well. But you said I said they must be trying to get foul calls by taking these contested layups and contested floaters. Was that the thing? Was y'all trying to get foul calls, or I feel like majority of times y'all just put it up in the air, not even aiming for the basket, just want to get a foul call. Y'all didn't get it. You say that happened a lot this season, or was that understanding what's going on?
I think a lot of times we were looking for a call. Now, a lot of times we were getting fouled, but we got to play through that. Okay.
I saw someone that you admire most as Kobe being Bryant. Talk to me about what made you admire Kobe? Why do you admire him, and what he meant to you?
Kobe's everywhere in my life. He's tatted on me a few times. I got a big painting in my room. I think what I love so much about Kobe was that that dog, or like his work ethic won, but like that dog in him. Like once he decided that he wasn't going to lose, or once he decided that you're not going to stop him, or you're not going to score him, you're not going to do it. He said it, and it actually happened. Like, does not play around.
What was your favorite moment in Kobe's career?
Well, during his like younger days, I think I was too young. I'd probably say his last game. That's all I can really remember.
I get it. Do you speaking of remember? This is gonna be sad. Do you remember like where you was and what you were doing when you learned that he passed away?
Yeah, I was. I think it was like right when the COVID stuff started happening, wasn't it?
Yeah, he passed on January 26th. COVID happened like maybe like March 14th, so it's like right before the.
Yeah. I was in my room, and my girlfriend at the time told me, and I struggled for a minute.
Would you say that was like the hardest celebrity death that you ever like that you ever faced, so to say?
Yeah, I'm not like, it's hard to like make me cry or whatever, but like that one had me in tears for sure.
Yeah, I get it. That's like the person you admire most besides your dad, and he just passed unexpectedly out of nowhere. That was insane. Yeah. What's the best piece of advice you ever gotten in terms of basketball?
Best piece of advice? I honestly never thought about that.
So when people tell you advice, you just be going through one ear, going out the other?
No, I won't say that. I will say I received a lot of advice over the years, but I can say I don't even think this is advice, but Coach Swan told me after one game this year, nobody can guard you but yourself. Nobody can take you out of the game but yourself. And I don't know if that was advice, but it kind of changed the way I looked at things.
How exactly did you change it? Like, how'd you look at things before? How'd you look at things after that comment?
Before, I didn't know that she had that much confidence in me. So I think after that, it boosted my confidence a little bit. And then it helped change, like, how much I get in my head. Because only person that can take me out of my game is me. I hate missing more than anything in this world. I hate losing more than anything in this world. And when I play, my emotions are really high. But if I learn how to control that, nothing can stop me.
So, entering your senior season, what do you see? Do you see yourself becoming, I'm not going to say super consistent, like a more consistent 3-point shooter, or a more consistent, like, finishing the traffic? What are you working on the most this off season, and see yourself improve the most at your senior season?
My coach, Lisa, the one that she works me out like a lot. She wants me to work on my 3, which I'm okay with. I do want to work on that. But me personally, I want to work on being a more creative scorer.
That's a good answer. When you have the ball and there's a defender in front of you, are you looking at the defender, or are you looking around, like looking everywhere else, looking at the rim, looking at the other defenders on the court, not the defender in front of you? Like if the center setting your screen, instead of looking at the person in front of you, you look at the center, seeing if they playing jump coverage or raising up. What are you looking at when you got the ball? Are you looking at the defender, or like you look at everywhere but at the defender?
Honestly, that's crazy because I don't think I look at the defender. I think a lot of times I'm looking at the help. Where's the help at? Sometimes I'll sit and wait to see if the help is looking at what's going on the other side of the play. Because the moment you look over there, I'm going to draft.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Where does Anii Harris see herself when she graduate? In the WNBA, overseas, in a minor league, or doing something else that's not basketball related?
I want to play overseas. What I will say is that I don't know how long I will last playing overseas because I am very, very, very close to my family.
Mm.
And I've never been that far away. I haven't even hopped on a plane by myself. But I do want to play overseas to experience it and to see how my game compares to pros.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how long I'll be out there.
So we in a kind of texting interview. It's called Quick Hitters. I give you a question. You answer them quickly. Don't need to go into depth. Just give me a quick answer. If you could have a 1 hour training session with any athlete or coach, dead or alive, who would it be?
Kobe.
I figured that. And give me your top 5 favorite basketball players of all time. It could be a mixture of women. It could be a mixture of men's, women's, professional, or college.
Kobe, Allen Iverson, LaMelo, Ja, and Derrick Rose.
So I see all guards. That's the most of finishers. Okay, makes sense. Build a all-time starting 5 around you. So let's start with an all-time Bowie State. All-time starting 5 around you. Like it could be men's or women's, pros or college. I was gonna say Bowie State players only, but you want to do Bowie State players only?
I'll give you Bowie State.
Okay.
I can give you Bowie State. Give me Lisa, my coach. JJ.
Okay.
I forgot her name. I think her name's Kiara or Kyra.
Kyra, yeah. She was here, Coach Swan first started coaching.
Yeah, and give me Sanaya. No, give me Jayla. Give me Jayla.
So who gonna be our big? Was Lisa big? 'Cause I know she played like in the game. There was only 4 players. Like back in like 2015 maybe. Was she a big? Like who's gonna be our big?
JJ gonna be the 5, and we're gonna run a 4-hour 1 and push the ball.
Okay, give me a starting 5 built around NBA or WNBA players, mixture of both. However you want to do it.
Around me?
Yeah, around you.
Sheesh. I don't know. Give me Shaq.
Okay, that's the obvious answer.
Give me Kobe. Give me Curry. And Dennis Rodman. Super random, but that's what I could think of.
You think how far do you think I would go? 'Cause that's not many shooters on a team. It's just Curry the main shooter.
Yeah.
Kobe, not wasn't really a shooter, but how do you think that's gonna go? Because we know sports racing, you got Shaq and Dennis in the paint.
Yeah.
Kobe like to be like to finish at the mid range and paint. You like to finish at the mid range and paint. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna have much patience. Like how far you think y'all would go? To be honest.
It depends who we're playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good choice. Good answers. And lastly but not least, I asked you this earlier, so hopefully you got an answer by now. If you could bring any guest on the Bowie State Sports Talk for an interview, but you have to be able to reach out to them, DM them, text them, or whatever, who would it be?
Warren. On the men's team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll do my part. I'll reach out to him. Hopefully you reach out to him, unlike Coach Swan did for me. And that's it for today's episode. I greatly appreciate you for stopping by. Anything else you want to get off your chest, like any words for the upcoming season? Anything you want to promote? Anything else you want to get off your chest?
Next season won't look like last season.
And did I hear that you rap?
Whoa, no.
Okay.
Not at all.
I thought Dr. Thomas said that you rap or something like that.
No.
Okay, I was about to say trying to give it a freestyle, but okay. Next season's not gonna be like last season.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself finishing next season? Like in terms of the Northern Division, and how far do you see yourself going?
Northern Division wise, I'm gonna be at the top of the Northern Division.
Okay.
I'm gonna be at the top of the conference.
And how far I see yourself going in the CIW playoffs?
It's my last year. Gotta win it. Need a ring.
Yeah, I like the confidence. Y'all heard it here first. So if it happens, y'all best believe I will be clipping this and posting it on Instagram. Y'all heard it here first. I greatly appreciate you, Anii Harris.
Yeah.
Have a great off-season workout and put your people in game and your variety of finishing that you say you did. And best of luck next season.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you all for watching. I'll be hosting the Sims. Have a great day.